Good evening, Heinz and Kiara.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Quite well. What about you? How are you today?
Great. Just
Okay.
a little tired.
A little tired? Too much work?
A lot.
Okay.
Today, a lot of work.
Okay. Okay, we are going to wait for a couple of minutes in order to start because I am waiting for some other students, but we are going to wait two minutes more, and we are going to start at 7:04. Okay.
No worries.
Okay, guys, so we're going to start. Hello, Heinz. Hello, Kiara. And hello, Santiago. Kiara, can you speak? Are you listening to me?
Yes, teacher. Good afternoon. I can hear you.
Okay, well, what about you, Santiago? Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, I can hear you.
Okay, thanks. So, welcome to this new session of It's Time to Talk. As I have said in the previous session, we are going to try to speak, to try to talk in English all the time. But sometimes, if we have I don't know, maybe a doubt or something very important, uh, to make a clarification, we are going to speak in Spanish. But we are going to try to speak as much as we can during this hour, and I hope you speak. Okay, you speak, you take advantage of this time in order for you to practice. Okay, so we're going to start with a simple question, two questions. We are going to ask two questions, and each one of you is going to answer that. The first one is, why are you studying English? And we are going to start with Heinz. Heinz, why are you studying English?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm studying English because I need to improve my technical English. I'm a graphic designer. I have my own company, and I need to domain more technical specifications about my work. I have to express myself in technical situations, so I have to be more confident about my English. like
In
right
your
now.
okay, in your job, Heinz, do you have to speak in English?
Sometimes, yes.
Why? Do you have
Uh,
some
I have
colleagues?
clients in United States, so some meetings are in English.
Okay, and I don't know, maybe the software you usually use your job is in English.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Then you have some knowledge, some English knowledge, but it's more technical. Okay. The English
Yes.
you have to when you have to read, I don't know, maybe some instructions, maybe something related to the software is very technical. Yes.
Yes, it is. And, when I am in a meeting, I can think everything in English, but when I have to express in a more fluently, I I freeze and I keep thinking about the specification, the subject, the specific word I have to say in that meeting. So I think it's better for us, for our business, that our clients understand everything we are trying to say
Okay.
correctly.
Okay. Then you are studying English because you need it for your work. You need to improve your English because of your work.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I think I have survival English very well, very well, but
Okay. Okay. Now, Kiara, please answer this question. Why are you studying English? Kiara?
Hello, teacher. I'm sorry if I don't answer quickly. My internet is not working very well, but I'm trying to. My why are you studying English? I want to study English because I want to travel. That's my specific goal, and I that's the reason I want to learn it and improve this language.
Okay, you want to improve, you want to improve your English because your goal, your objective is to travel abroad. Do you have any specific country that
Yes.
would you like to travel to?
I would like to go to United States, the principal country, but I would like to travel to UK. But of course, the accent from there is totally different than American English, so it's more complicated for me to understand what others are saying there. But I would like to go there.
Okay, not only for you, for everybody. For everybody, it's more complicated to understand the British accent, no? The British accent. It's
It's more fast, I think.
it's I don't know, but it's quite difficult to understand the British people because their accent have specific features which are very different from the American accent, and because I say we because Colombian people, Latin American people, we are used to listen to American people more than British people, no? Because of the movies, because of the series.
Yeah.
And then when we have to watch a British series or a British movie, it's very difficult. And in when we say UK or British accent, there are many accents inside UK, no? For example, Wales, Scotland, they have their own accent, and some of them are very, very hard to
More
understand.
complicated.
Yes, are very, very complicated. How old are you, Kiara?
I'm 17 years old.
Okay, you are only 17 years old. What are you doing? You are okay. You are taking this English course, but what else are you doing? You are studying other courses or another career, another program?
I want to study a career. I have a career in my mind. But at this moment, I'm practicing it. Practice this language to be more like, I don't know how can I say that word, preparado for my
Prepared.
university.
Prepared or qualified? You can say prepared or qualified. Okay.
Prepared.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Kiara. Now, let me see, Santiago. Santiago, please, could you answer this question? Why are you studying English? Why are you here in this English course?
Hello everyone. So I am studying English because I think that is very important in this moment, and also I want to learn another language. So I start with the English, and it's very important for the career that I want to study. That is system engineering, and so that's it. And I want to travel too.
Okay, you are a systems engineering, and do you work?
Yeah. No.
Okay,
No.
you are not working right now?
No, I'm 17.
Okay, you are 17 years old. Okay, you are very, very young. But it's very important to see how the young people are studying English at this age. Because, for example, Heinz, it's older than Kiara, than Kiara and Samuel. But the young people, the teenagers, are conscious, are aware of the importance of English nowadays. And we find some people, some teenagers or some people from 20s who like English, who practice English, who speak English, and who have a very good pronunciation, very good pronunciation. Even in the high schools, we find students with 14, 15 years who speak a lot. And this is very interesting because the world is changing. And one of these important things right now is to learn another language. And of course, English is the most important. But Samuel, what other language would you like to learn?
I want to learn maybe Portuguese, German, and I think Italian or French.
Okay, Italian, French, German. When
Portuguese.
you Portuguese, okay. Portuguese, Italian, and Spanish belong to the same family. So there are many similarities among those languages. German belongs to the same family that English. So there are many similarities between German and English. But German is quite difficult to learn. The pronunciation is not so difficult, but the grammar it's very hard. Okay, thanks, Samuel. Now let me see Santiago.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I want to answer. I want to ask you some questions.
Yes.
For language like Chinese, Korean, or Japanese, that of course they have a better, different, totally different than another language. So, do you know how we can practice it or improve that language, that the letter or words are in another way? I don't know.
I don't understand the question
Like,
clearly.
okay, like Chinese, Chinese
Yes.
have
Yes.
the letter totally different. And we are Spanish people, right? So the lettering is totally different. So
Yes.
how we can practice that word? So how we can memorize those words?
Okay, that's a tough
Please.
question. That's a tough question because I know a little about languages like Japanese or Chinese, but I know that, for example, they don't have an alphabet like Spanish, like English, like German, like French. They don't have an alphabet. So you are not going to learn the letter A, the letter B. No, you are not going to know that because they have two kinds of writing. I'm talking about Chinese. They have two kinds of writing. Some of them is a regular one, and some of and the other one is some symbols. And I know a man who speaks Chinese, and he says that to understand or to learn the symbols or to write in symbols, you have to study too much time because it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. But I don't know. I don't know how to learn that language. I don't know any tips about that. For example, I know how to teach English, how to learn Portuguese, how to learn Italian because there are many similarities, and you can learn those languages by listening. But Japanese, Chinese, it's are very, very tough, and I don't know how to. The man I know, he says that you have to be immersed in that world. He was in China 5 years. He has spent 5 years in China. He lives there. He lived there 5 years, and he says that he is not well prepared to write with some symbols because it's much more harder than any other language. So I don't know how to answer that question, Kiara. Okay. Santiago, please, could you answer this question? Why are you studying English? Why are you here? Why do you want to improve? Why do you want to improve your English?
Teacher, I have speaking before.
You have what, Santiago?
I have spoken before.
Okay. Sorry. So Samuel. No. A ver. Heinz, Samuel, and Kiara have already talked. So Santiago, sorry. So Samuel and Claudia. Which one of you want to answer this question? Samuel or
Me. Hello,
okay,
everyone.
okay, Samuel. Go ahead.
I am studying here because I wanna improve my English. I wanna have the certificate and can go out of the country.
Okay, Samuel, how old are you?
17.
17. Have you already presented or have you already taken any English international exam?
No, only at school.
Okay. And do you wanna take an international exam in order to obtain or to get your certificate, right?
Yes.
And are you thinking of any level you want to shift?
Maybe if I
one?
can grow to the maximum, I wish that it could be perfect.
Okay. Okay. Remember that the top, the maximum level you can achieve, you can get is C2. But
Yes.
it's very, very, very difficult to get that level because even the native people, the people who have spoken English all their lives, they don't get it because in those exams, in those tests, you have to know all the grammar, no? All the grammar, all the English grammar. And there are some topics which are very, very difficult. Okay, now in order to finish with this first question, Claudia, please, Claudia, could you answer this question? Why are you here? Why are you studying English? Claudia.
Hi,
Hello, Claudia.
I want to speak second language.
Okay, you don't wanna speak a second language, in this case, English. And is there any other reason to study English?
Repeat.
Is there any other reason to study English?
So.
Okay. Do you work with the university, right? With FUNAT.
Yes.
Okay. What do you teach? What subject do you teach?
Cátedra.
Okay, no, but subjects is, when I say subject, is psychology, chemistry, biology, I don't know. What subject? do you-
Psychology.
Okay. Okay, thanks. So you are here because you wanna or you want to improve your English, no? Remember that when we speak in English, we use contractions, no? A lot of contractions. So I can say I want to or I wanna, no? You have to be used to hear that kind of contractions, no? Wanna, gonna, okay? Or want to, going to, no? But when we are speaking, we usually use those kind of contractions. Now, we are going to answer the second question. Why is it so important to speak English nowadays? You are going to think about that question. Why is it so important to speak English nowadays? Everybody says, everybody. A boy, a
For
teenager.
connectivity with the world.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Claudia. Yes, because of your work. Everybody says it's important to speak English, but not all people can do it. No? Remember that in order to learn something, it's important that we like that. No? If I like English, I can learn English more easily. No? If I don't like English, it's hard to learn English. So we are going to start with Heinz. Heinz, why is it so important to speak English nowadays? Okay, but okay, yes, go ahead.
Okay, I think it's important because with English you can access to everything around the world, even the language they speak in any place. Like the question that Kiara asked, I was a long time ago in Russia.
Yes.
And the Cyrillic alphabet, I can understand anything. And I was in China, the symbols that doesn't mean anything to me. But in English, the most of the people speak that language, or at least something, and you can communicate, go somewhere, ask for food. So English is like a must do, a must have.
Okay. Yes. When you travel abroad, maybe to Europe, to the United States, to Italy, I mean, even when you travel to some paradise island in the Caribbean, for example, Punta Cana, the common language that you are going to use, that you are going to listen to is English. You can find people from all over the world, and the common language that you have to use is English. English is the most common language, the most important language nowadays is English. And Heinz and Santiago and Samuel and Kiara and Claudia, I know that you realize the importance of this language for your works, for your studies, no? For your work, for your studies. Because, for example, Samuel wants to go to travel abroad, but he needs a certificate, so he has to study English. Claudia has to study English because at the university they need a teacher who can teach chemical or biology or psychology, but in English. So you have to study English. So everybody needs to study, to speak English, to understand English. Heinz, in his design job, he uses a lot English vocabulary, because if he turns on the computer, the PC, the laptop, the first sentence he's going to find there is in English. The software is in English. You buy a blender, you buy a TV, and the instructions are in English. Okay, you can find them in Spanish too, but most of them are in English. Okay, now, Kiara, why is it so important to speak English nowadays? What do you think about this question?
Well, I think like the principle, like for working, and because the world in nowadays is more internet. We use technology, social media, so we are more connected for abroad, and we need to be like spending everything. Well, it could be a company, it could be acknowledge studies, careers, and everything. So I think it's the important thing to understand English.
Yes, Kiara, it's very, very important, and you say it's the international language, and that's
Yes.
a name or how people called English. No, it's the international language. Sometimes we listened to some people that say that the English is the language of the skies. To me, English is the language of the skies. Anyone knows why is that? What is the reason to say that? English
I'm not 100% sure.
No. Okay, anyone knows? Why do the people say that English is the language of the skies? No, I suppose you are speaking, Kiara, but I can't hear you. Okay, when we say that English is the language of the skies, is because when you fly and you go to the airport, it doesn't matter the country where you are. If you are in Paris, if you are in China, if you are in the United States, and you are going to take an international flight, the pilot is going to speak in English. Is going to speak in English. Okay? So that's why people say that English is the language of the sky, because when you are going to take a flight, an international flight, you are going to listen to the instructions in English. You are going, for example, you are at the airport, and some of the pilots of the people there are going to speak in English. That's why. Okay. Okay, let's continue with Samuel. Samuel, why is it so important to speak English nowadays?
Maybe because a lot of countries, they use the language.
Okay. Okay. And Santiago, what about you? Why is it so important for you to speak English nowadays?
I think that English is very important currently because it serves for many things like traveling and maybe to get into a better job and many things.
Okay, good. Kiara said something very important, that it was related to the social nets, no? Let's say social nets, for example, TikTok, Facebook, another. If you speak in English, if you know, you handle the English, you can access too much information on these websites, no? And it happens with all the network, no? If you know English, if you can handle English properly, you can access too much information. There is too much information. For example, you are going to study a career, you are going to study a master, you are going to study a specialization, and many materials are in English, no? Many materials are in English. So that's why nowadays it's also important to speak English. Sorry. Okay, now we are going to do an exercise right now. Let's see here. Going this one. We are going to listen to an audio. The audio is called Sport Listening. It's 1 minute. It's a 1 minute audio. It's a 1 minute audio. It's about sport. And we have here in this chart, as you can see, we have here the script, the transcription of the audio. So we have here that we are going to try to guess what words are in the audio, okay? For example, the first word of the audio has 3 letters. The second word of the audio has 3 letters. And you are going to think and you are going to try to guess what words can we find here. Anyone can tell me a word that you suppose it's in this audio?
Are?
Are. Okay, for example, the verb to be, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's check. Yes, of course, are. 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 Any other word that you suppose we can
Them.
find here? Kiara again?
Them.
There. Of course. So what happened here? What happens here? It's very easy, no? For example, you know in Spanish, what is the most common or the most used letter in Spanish? You know? Letter. The most common or the most used in Spanish letter? You know? No?
No, teacher.
In Spanish, the most common or the most used letter is A, no? La A. In English, is the E, okay? But if we are trying to suppose the words in this audio or any reading, of course, we are going to think of letters like this, R, D, Okay, what else? What other word you suppose we can find here in this audio?
You?
You.
Are you?
Okay, of course. Of
Yes.
course. You. What other word?
That's
This one? Yara?
that. No, that.
T-H,
That thing. That.
yes, T-H-A-T. This one. Okay, let's
Yes.
check. Yes, of course. We have
Yes.
here that. What else? What other word?
Two.
True. This one? Yes. Another word that is supposed is in this audio. Remember that we are talking about sport. We are going to listen to an audio related to sport.
Do?
Do. Okay, the auxiliary, yes? The auxiliary or the verb? Yes, of course. Do you? Do you? That's the common question. That's a very common question, no? For example, Heinz, do you like sports?
Yes, sir.
What sport do you like?
Squash.
Squash. And do you usually practice it?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm a rookie, but I'm enjoying it.
Okay. What about you, Chiara? Do you like sports?
Yes, teacher, I like it.
What sport do you practice?
I practice, I don't know if it's exactly a sport, but it's yoga. And sometimes I would like to practice volleyball.
Okay. How often do you practice yoga?
If I'm honest, Monday to Saturday.
Okay. Now, Samuel, what about you? Do you like sports?
Yes, teacher. The sport I practice is basketball.
Basketball. Are you tall or short?
Intermediate.
Okay, medium.
Yes.
Okay. And how often do you practice basketball?
Maybe by 2 days at the night.
2 days at night. 2
Yes.
days at night. Remember that we are going to say the time or the parts of the day. We say in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. But you can say at night, no? You have to use the prepositions appropriately. In the mornings, in the afternoons, in the evening, or at nights. Okay, so you practice basketball 2 days at nights.
Yes, teacher.
Or you can say, for example, twice a week. You practice basketball twice a week. When we say twice, it means 2 times, no? Twice, 2 times. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What other word you suppose we can find in this audio, we can listen to in this audio?
In.
In, the preposition, yes. This one, yes. In the, yes. Okay, now we are going to listen to the audio. Remember that it's a 1-minute audio. And we are going to pay attention, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about that, okay? Wait a minute that I need to stop sharing, and I'm going to share it with sound. This one.
ListenAminute.com. Sport. Are you good at sport? I'm not, but I love watching and playing all kinds of sport. My favourite sport is football. The kind with the round ball, not American football. I wasn't very good at football when I was a kid. This did not stop me playing. I played in the park with my friends for hours every day. What is your national sport? Do you like it? I love Japan's national sport, sumo. It is one of the most exciting sports in the world. You have to spend a little time getting to know the rules and the fighters. The greatest thing about sport is that it brings people together from all over the world. Another good thing is that it keeps us healthy. Sports stars are very lucky. They love their job and stay fit by doing it every day. What are you going to play next?
Okay, did you understand? The audio is not quite difficult. I suppose you could understand. You could understand the general idea about the audio. No? Now, let me see here. Santiago, please tell me 3 words. 3 words that you listen to in that audio. 3 words, no more.
I do listen love, sport, and
Okay, love, yes. Sports.
sport, and
Okay, sorry, but I didn't write sports. This, yes. What else?
and fit.
And
Fit.
like this.
No, F-I-T.
But game, please.
F-I-T.
I T.
F,
That's what you are saying. S-I-T.
F-I-T.
F-I-T. I like this. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Fit. Fit or fitness, it's a very common word in our days. No? Nowadays, there are too many people who are trying to be fit. Okay. Claudia, could you tell me 3 words that you listen to in that audio?
Friends.
Friends. Okay, friends. Yes, what else?
Like.
Like. Okay, like. Let me see. Yes.
People.
And people. Okay, people. Okay, good. Here we have with this word, here we have with this word, friends. Remember that when we pronounce that word, we don't say friends. No, we say friends. Friends. No, friends. You don't pronounce the I. You don't pronounce this letter. You say friends. Friends. And this is very important in order to explain something. In French, in Portuguese, in Italian, there are some pronunciation rules. And those rules, for example, they say when you find the letter A, you pronounce like this. When you find the letter O at the end of a word, you pronounce like this. But in English, it's completely different. In English, it's completely different. There are not pronunciation rules. There are not pronunciation rules. For example, we have here the letter I and we pronounce in, no? In. But here, the letter I is not pronounced. You say friends, okay? So that's why it's very difficult. The pronunciation is very difficult in the English language because there are not grammar pronunciation. So you have to start studying, and as the time goes on, you are going to learn how to pronounce each word. Okay? Sometimes I find words that I don't know, and I start thinking, oh my God, how can I pronounce this word? Okay, it's very common. It happens. It happens. And I have studied English for more than 30 years, but I find words that I don't know how to pronounce. And like you don't have any pronunciation rules, you don't know how to say that. Okay. Okay, now, Heinz, tell me what is the topic or what is the general idea of the audio?
Okay,
Heinz.
it's a man telling us he loves sports or watching sports.
Okay. And
general,
did you understand what sport did he like?
the sports he like football and the Japanese national sport.
Okay. They talk about different sports. One of them is football.
Yes.
And there is another sport, the Japanese national sport, sumo. But what he likes is football, no? What he likes is football.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to listen to the audio again. Okay, let's listen.
Listenaminute.com. Sport. Are you good at sport? I'm not, but I love watching and playing all kinds of sport. My favourite sport is football, the kind with the round ball, not American football. I wasn't very good at football when I was a kid. This did not stop me playing. I played in the park with my friends for hours every day. What is your national sport? Do you like it? I love Japan's national sport, sumo. It is one of the most exciting sports in the world. You have to spend a little time getting to know the rules and the fighters. The greatest thing about sport is that it brings people together from all over the world. Another good thing is that it keeps us healthy. Sports stars are very lucky. They love their job and stay fit by doing it every day. What are you going to play next?
Okay. We are going to listen to the first sentence. It's a question. The first sentence is a question. Let's listen to that.
Listenaminute.com. Sport. Are you good at sport?
Anyone can tell me what is the question? Are you
good at sport?
Okay. Are you good at sport? Okay, only singular. Are you good at sport? When I ask you, are you good at, it means that you have the abilities or you have the capabilities to do something well, no? For example, Heinz, are you good at designing?
I hope so.
You must be good at designing. Okay, Kiara, are you good at yoga?
Yeah, I think yes.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Maybe
would say
it's a difficult question to answer. Are you good at yoga? I don't know. It's better to say, are you good at basketball? Yes. Are you good at football? Okay. It's easier, but I didn't know how to answer. Are you good at yoga? Okay. So when I say I'm good at, I think, or I am trying to express that I have the abilities, I have the skills to do something well. Okay. So for example, when I say I am good at playing soccer, I am good at playing basketball, or I can say I am good at basketball, I am good at volleyball, I am good at swimming. So these type of expressions, we have to learn that, and we have to learn that by heart. When I say by heart, means in Spanish, de memoria, no? When I say by heart, means de memoria. So those kind of expression we have to learn by heart, okay? And it's very important that every lesson or every day you are trying to learn words, vocabulary, expressions in English, okay? So for example, today, if you didn't know, now you know that you have to say, I am good at something. I am good at eating. I am good at playing a sport. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, now we are going to, let me see here, this one word. Okay, I'm going to share with you the transcription, the script of the audio. It is one. Santiago, please, can you read?
All the text.
Yes.
Okay.
From are you good at the sport to what is your national sport? Okay.
No. Are you good at sport? I'm not, but I love watching and playing all kinds of sport. My favorite sport is football, the kind with the round ball. Not American football. I wasn't very good at football when I was a kid. This didn't stop me playing. I played in the park with my friends for hours every day. What is national sport?
Okay, very good. Okay. Are you good at sport? I'm not. I love watch. Remember that in English, when we have two verbs, love and watch, we can say, I love to watch, or we can say, I love watch. So the second verb, we have to add ing, okay? So you can say, I love to watch, or I love watch. What is the difference? Nothing. There is not any difference between I love to watch and I love watch. But I have to say something. Acá empiezo a explicarles algo. Ustedes pueden decir I love to watch or I love watch. Y es exactamente igual. La persona que lo va a escuchar le va a entender. Me gusta o amo ver, ¿cierto? En este caso, I love watching or playing all kind of sports. Yo amo, me gusta mucho ver y jugar toda clase de deportes. Pero podemos decirlo, I love to watch or I love watching. What is the difference? No, no hay ninguna diferencia acá. Pero yo voy a hacerle mucho énfasis en ciertas cosas, como esto. Usted puede decir I love to watch, le van a entender. I love watching, le van a entender. Si es una persona que sabe inglés, que maneja el idioma, sabe que la forma más adecuada es decir I love watch. La forma más adecuada. Usted va a presentar un examen internacional y le van a dar las dos opciones, I love to watch, I love watching, y tiene que escoger una de las dos. La más correcta es I love watch. ¿Cuál es la justificación? Que hay una serie de verbos, como el caso de love, or like, hate, y otros más. Hay un listadito de esos verbos que dice que es preferible utilizar el verbo siguiente con ing y no separarlos con el to. ¿Ok? Entonces, cuando ya vamos a demostrar o vamos a querer mostrar un nivel mayor, superior, entonces tenemos que aprender a utilizar este tipo de reglas, ¿sí? Entonces pueden decir I love to watch, le van a entender perfecto, no le van a decir absolutamente nada. Pero si en algún momento alguien que sepa inglés lo va a escuchar, va a decir, esta persona maneja mejor el idioma que otra, o cuando lo van a evaluar a usted, ¿sí? Cuando va a presentar un examen, ustedes tienen las dos opciones, la más correcta es I love watching. Y hay otros, like, hate y otros verbos, ¿sí? Now, another one. My favorite. When I say my favorite, you can write my favorite like this, my favorite. Oh my gosh, let's see here. My favorite like this. Or you can find the word without this U, my favorite. Okay, like this or like this. Like this or like this. What is the difference? Anyone knows what is the difference? No one knows?
No, teacher.
No one knows. Okay, we have here this word. You can find this word like this or like this. The difference is the accent. Here, when we find this word like this, spelling like this, with U, is British English. This is British English. And like this is American English. Okay, that's the difference. So you are reading a text and you can find this word or this word. Okay, it doesn't matter. No worries about that. It means that here the person who wrote that is British. And here means that the person who wrote that is American. That's the difference, no more. And it happens with many, many words. You can find, for example, color or color. Both of them are correct. Both of them are correct. You are not going to think, oh my God, this man who wrote this made a mistake. No, that's correct. You can find both of them. Color, British English, color, American English. And there are other differences between American and British English that we are going to try to study in a following session of this. It's time to talk. Okay, we're going to stop here. And do you have any questions? Any doubts?
Teacher,
Guys?
now
Yes.
I have a question. Now that you are talking about it, I have seen one day some people said onto, and that word is into too. It's not that? Like
This one?
into,
This-
onto.
This word, you can see?
Yes, exactly. And one day I have seen that word, but onto.
Okay, but in this case it's different. In this case, both words are correct and both words exist. Okay, and there are many differences between British and American English, related to pronunciation, related to spelling. No, for example, the most common difference regarding pronunciation is this word. No. In American English, we say water, water. This T, we pronounce this T like an R, water, water. But in British English, it's completely different. It's water, water. The same word, the same meaning, but totally different. Water, water. Okay? And there are many differences. Okay, Kiara. Okay, do you have any other question, or that's all for tonight? And we see you next, if you can, if you are available, we see you next Tuesday at 11 a.m. or next Thursday at 7 p.m. Okay, depends on you. It depends on your time. So that's all for today. Thanks for being here and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye, teacher.
Bye,
Thanks a
teacher.
lot.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye,
bye-bye.
teacher. Good
See you.
night.